Swadee ka. Thank you for joining us on Newsline. We are broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88 and on NBT World. It's Friday, April the 29th, and you're with me, Thratira Kausan. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has inaugurated Startup Thailand 2016 with a keynote address on using technology to develop startups. The Prime Minister urged all parties to be prepared to move ahead with the country's vision and to help create stability and prosperity according to the country's national strategy. He said Thailand must establish effective mechanisms to allow for investment while incorporating technology in various sectors, citing the Smart Farmer program to implement advances in agricultural technology. General Prayut affirmed Thailand's commitment to becoming an ASEAN hub for science, technology and innovation, while also embracing mobile devices and engaging more customers. After the keynote address, the Prime Minister visited the exhibition booths at the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center, where over 200 entrepreneurs from government agencies, the private sector and foreign entities showcased their businesses and exchanged knowledge and experience in the startup scene. The exhibition was also attended by vocational students who had the opportunity to meet with various businesses and gain first-hand knowledge from entrepreneurs. Interior Minister General Anupong Paujinda has stated that government officials have done their duty by arresting those who posted messages against the draft constitution on social media sites. The minister said the offenders of the Computer Crime Act were detained at the 11th Military Circle in Bangkok. He stressed that government officers had to enforce the law to maintain peace and order and assured that a general election will be organized according to the government's roadmap. General Anupong added that everyone had the right to criticize the charter draft in an academic manner. However, they cannot state outright whether other people should accept or not accept the draft. General Anupong has also affirmed that the government did not manipulate the direction of its public relations activities for the draft constitution. The National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has approved the list of nominees to join the Anti-Money Laundering Office. The NLA sitting deliberated the list of the nominees for the position of AMLO Advisory Commissioner after the screening committee performed background checks on the candidates. Then members of the legislature voted to approve the nomination of 6 people in a secret ballot. The nominees include Suwat Tep Arak, who won 166 votes in favor and 8 opposed, Sangsit Piriya Rangsan with 162 in favor and 11 opposed, and Udom Rat Amarit with 162 in favor and 6 opposed. Other newly appointed AMLO commissioners are Police Major General Chakrapong Wiwatwanit with 144 in favor and 24 opposed, Chalerm Sak Chantara Tim with 133 in favor and 31 opposed, and Sutipon Tawi Chaikan with 111 in favor and 49 opposed. NLA members have also been planning to visit voters across the country to explain the contentious public referendum question. NLA President Ponpet Wichit Cholachai said that the legislature will be joined by the National Reform Steering Assembly in a nationwide tour to explain the question, which is being put to a public vote. The NLA president said that explanations will focus on the meaning of the question, the reason behind its submission to the referendum, and the consequences of the vote. He added that this process will adhere to the framework of the Public Referendum Act and that NLA members are to speak in layman's terms without any attempt to influence the voters. The National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA Whip, has resolved to nominate a number of assembly members who will join the NLA in explaining the referendum question at the beginning of May. Spokesman of the NRSA Whip, Kamnoon Sithisaman, said on Thursday that the Whip meeting resolved to ask all Assembly members to sign up for the trips, which will explain to public referendum question to the public. Mr. Kamnoon said the NRSA members should participate in the trip because the Assembly had a hand in the referendum question. He noted that signing up is voluntary and must be done by noon of May 3rd. He added that those who sign up will be part of a committee or subcommittee of the NLA. The Ministry of Social Development and Human Security has recently held a seminar to raise the level of understanding among people in the Dindang community about the development project. Social Development and Human Security Minister Police General Adun Sangsingkao presided over the opening ceremony of the seminar, which 120 people from the community attended. The participants represented the voices and opinions of the entire community. They are also expected to help both the public and private sectors facilitate the development process. As for the Community Restoration Project, Police General Adun said the plan is currently being deliberated by the Office of the National Economics and Social Development Board. It will later be proposed to the Cabinet for approval in June. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has convened a discussion with the Department of Industrial Works and Pollution Control Department on cleaning up the Klong San Sab Canal. Bangkok Governor Mom Ratchawong Sukumpan Boripat has engaged in a meeting with representatives from the Department of Industrial Works, Pollution Control Department and the San Sab District Office, which focus on controlling industrial discharge and rehabilitating the Klong San Sab Canal. The BMA wants to bring the canal to acceptable standards of cleanliness within 2 years to satisfy government policy and is ready to enforce laws to reduce littering in the waterway. The meeting decided that the roles and authority of each attending agency and has resolved to foster among the public greater care for the canal. It also discussed the most efficient legislative means to rehabilitate the waterway. The BMA has been tasked with using science and technology to improve the canal, water treatment, and regulating adjacent commercial operations. The Biodiversity-Based Economy Development Office has joined hands with the National Science and Technology Development Agency to research silk proteins for future application. The two bodies recently unveiled a new product dubbed the Nano Silk Serum, a skin replenishing solution that uses silk protein extracts. The product allows for silk glues, which are a waste product from silk textile manufacturing, to be used commercially, reducing the industry's environmental impact. BEDO Director for Biotechnology Economy Development Wirapong Malai pointed out that Thailand has been a center for silk textile production throughout history, making the new innovation an important development in many ways, from environmental protection to national prestige. NSTDA researcher Thongchai Krod stated that Thailand produces an average of 409 tons of silk each year, 179 tons of which is produced industrially. He explained that 20 to 30% of silk weight is glue that must be discarded, resulting in up to 30 tons of waste per year. Financial products are set to be presented for purchase at the 16th Money Expo taking place this May 12 until the 15th at Impact Muang Thong Thani. Head organizer for the Money Expo, Santi Wiriya Rangsan, disclosed that the event will take place under the concept Digital Life, Digital Money. Over 260 private and public organizations will be presenting financial products at the Expo. The products will range from insurance and real estate to automotive and lifestyle, and many will be presented at exclusive promotions. Examples include home loans with 0% interest for 6 months, interest rates on savings deposit up to 4.25% per year, and loans approved in as little as 15 minutes. It is expected that the Expo will see at least 90 billion bahts worth of financial activity. Chang International Circuit, Thailand's latest motor racing track, has enhanced Buriram's reputation among motorsports fans around the world. Let's take a closer look at the racing circuit with our correspondent Kun Panotsi Sinsap, who had a chance to speak with one of the directors of the projects.
Professional racers fearlessly accelerate to top speeds as fast as they can go in order to beat the rival. Here at the Buriram racing track, they push the limits to stand atop the high step of the podium. The Chang International Circuit was inaugurated on October 2014, and ever since, it has become Thailand's top destination for those who like driving really fast. The racing track is the pride of Buriram, marking Thailand on the motorsports world map.
Circuit's original goal was to put us on our name, Buriram, on a global stage and improve the surrounding areas. It's already proven that now people are knowing about Buriram from all over the world. They go on the website, they follow World Superbike. We've got so many world series, Asian Road Racing, World Touring Car Series, which we get eyeballs for live coverage of up to like 800 million people.
Buriram Racing Track meets FIA Grade 1 and FIM Grade 8 standards, the highest standard certified by the International Association of Motorsports and Motorcycling. Designed by world-famous architect Herman Tilke, the circuit costs over 2 billion baht to construct and can seat up to 50,000 fans. The track is about 4.5 km long with 7 right turns and 5 lefts. It is the only circuit in the world in which all 12 bends are visible to spectators watching from the main grandstand. On the longest straight of 1 km, drivers can achieve a speed of up to 315 km per hour.
It is the only one currently at this grade, and I think it's going to be the only one for a long time because there's been lots of talks of other circuits being built. The current circuits that are here are not to these standards for sure. It's a big difference.
Besides the gigantic circuit, the destination of speeds also includes 3 world-class racetracks for other motorsports, drag, drift, and supercross racing. The drag racing strip is for dragsters to compete side by side in a straight line. The faster car wins the race. Professional drifters can race on the circular track here as they slide sideways through turns. And the third track is made for supercross, the off-road motorcycle racing.
But my goal for the circuit in the future is to make it even more efficient as a company or as a company, to bring more international events here, to make Thailand even more visible on the world map. And I think another thing is to educate people, because motorsports, we have to admit, is still it's a luxurious sport, and it's something that people in Thailand don't completely understand and appreciate yet. So I think that would probably be what I'd be aiming for, to integrate this more into the country as the country develops.
On his last point, it is true that motorsports are not mainstream like football and only targets a specific group of people who have the need for speed and love racing. Maybe in the near future, we'll see more new Thai racers bringing fame to Thailand and making motorsports more popular among Thai people. In BT World, Panotsi Sinsap, Buriram.
Officials in Krabi province have discovered poisonous jellyfish near beaches following reports of tourists suffering from severe jellyfish stings. Officials in Thanbok Korani National Park collected samples of jellyfish for inspection after sightings at Got Hong Pier. Results revealed that the jellyfish contains toxic venom. Officials have issued warnings to tourists and have instructed boats to carry vinegar as a preliminary relief for jellyfish stings. On April 26, a 53-year-old Italian tourist had severe reaction from a jellyfish sting and was rushed to Krabi Hospital. A similar incident involved a 12-year-old Thai boy. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in Austin News, we go to the Austin Beauty 2016 being held at Bitek Bang Na Convention Center. But first, let's take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Congratulations on the 83rd anniversary of the Thai Government Public Relations Department. On behalf of the Muslim community in Thailand, I should like to extend our sincere gratitude and appreciation to PRD for having done excellent services to public, private, and particularly and Muslim organization, Muslim community in this country for more than 8 decades. The mentioned services have really been fruitful and helpful for not only the people in Thailand, but also Thai people in every country of the world. These particular activities uplifting our country to the international or world-class standard. I wish the PRD will be successful in the future.
If the earth is your home, the ocean is theirs as well. Working together, the government and private sector can solve all the issues currently facing the Thai fishing industry. From legitimizing fishing operations to helping out our fellow fishermen and collaborating with international parties.
ตอนนี้ถึงเวลาแล้วนะครับที่เราจะต้องมาร่วมมือกันทำให้มันถูกต้องมันก็ต้องปรับตัวในช่วงแรกแต่ในระยะยาวมันก็คุ้มค่าถ้าไม่มีอาชีพนี้เราก็ไม่รู้จะทำอะไรกันแล้วผมก็พร้อมครับที่จะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในการแก้ปัญหา
Taking a look now at some Austin news, the public and private sectors have joined together to organize Austin Beauty 2016 to promote health and beauty products. The fair is taking place at Biotech Bang Na Convention Center from today until April 30th and features health and beauty products both domestic and foreign. The event aims to foster trade negotiations while seminars on industry know-how are also being held to teach operators about export protocols and ways to add value. Federation of Thai Industries President Jane Namchai Siri made known that in the past year, the health and beauty industry in Thailand achieved a value of 250 billion baht, with 150 billion baht in domestic sales and 100 billion baht in exports. The export sector, Thai beauty products sold to ASEAN countries totaled 80 to 90 billion baht, with remaining exports going to Japan and Australia. It is expected that beauty and health exports will grow 8 to 10% this year, with no effects from the global economic slowdown. The 22nd China-ASEAN senior officials consultation closed in Singapore, with all participating parties agreeing to further cooperation and resolve disputes. The meeting revolved on further exploring China and ASEAN countries' partnership and prominent regional issues, including the dispute in the South China Sea. China's Vice Foreign Minister Liu Zhenmin and ASEAN senior officials held a meeting during the 2-day consultation to push forward the declaration on the conduct or DOC of parties in the South China Sea, which called for all parties to access control over disputes and avoid tension. Liu and the Permanent Secretary of Foreign Affairs of Singapore, Chi Wee-kyung, co-hosted a press conference afterwards, with both saying China and ASEAN countries hope to increase cooperation at sea and control disputes that may arise. Liu said the South China Sea issue is not between China and ASEAN, but between China and specific individual countries, and that the Philippines has gone against the DOC by going to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, since the declaration suggests disputes should be solved through negotiations between the parties involved in the disputes. China's Vice Foreign Minister said the country is willing to work with ASEAN to ensure disputes are controlled and to protect the freedom and stability of the South China Sea. Elsewhere around the world, Venezuela's second largest city of Maracaibo, located in the oil-producing western state of Zulia, was reinforced with security on Thursday in response to a series of lootings in previous days as the country grapples with widespread shortages. Authorities reported at least 30 small protests on Tuesday night, including the looting of various shops and pharmacies and the burning of some vehicles. National Guard officers and riot police were deployed around the city, but some say the authorities did nothing to stop the looting. Small anti-government protests and looting incidents have taken place in various cities around Venezuela this week. Some of the unrest has been triggered by increasing power cuts due to energy shortages. National Guard Commander Franklin Duke asked Venezuelans to remain calm and to act lawfully. European officials were in disagreement when discussing the effectiveness of the EU-Turkey Agreement on refugees during a European Parliament meeting in Brussels. The EU-Turkey Agreement on refugees, which was implemented on March 20th, was designed to stem the flow of refugees into Europe by returning those who failed to meet the relevant asylum criteria back to Turkey. Dutch State Secretary for Security and Justice Klaas Dijkhoff, a representative of the European Commission, said the agreement is a positive measure towards solving the refugee issue and one which stops Greece from bearing the brunt of the crisis. Frans Timmermans, first vice president of the European Commission, also stressed that cooperating with Turkey is the only way in which to properly address the issue.
Borders have been closed in the Balkans. The smugglers were in full operation, and if we did nothing, we would condemn Greece to become a huge, huge refugee camp with hundreds of thousands of refugees stuck. That is what we needed to solve. The agreement with Turkey, in my view, is the only way forward to solve that problem.
However, some other European officials were doubtful about the agreement's effectiveness and questioned the struggles that refugees reportedly still face. A member of the European Parliament cited reports from Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch of people not being allowed into Turkey from Syria or even being returned, as well as other reports of people not having the right to asylum and the detention of conditions in Greece. Independent experts commissioned by the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights said that there was manipulation of evidence, torture of a detainee, and distorted information with regards to the human remains that led to the identification of the only student of the 43 who disappeared in 2014. The head of Mexico's Criminal Investigation Agency, or CIA, Thomas Zerón, was singled out by experts for having gone with a suspect to the crime scene of Coquila Guerrero 1 day before the remains were found. According to the investigators, no record of the action is in the case file, leading to concerns about where the fraction of the bone, which led to the only identification in the case, was found. The experts who are completing a 14-month job in this sensitive case, said Zerón, who conducted the first investigations of the case, should be investigated and removed from office to clarify the investigation. Reports of experts have laid bare the chronic failures of the Mexican justice system, which has been criticized by international bodies such as the Commission itself and the United Nations for its lack of rigor to resolve cases based on confessions under torture and the lack of independence in the forensic analysis. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. Just simply type in NNT or check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. We're going to say goodbye now with beautiful scenery in the Phu Chi Pha Forest Park in Chiang Rai Province. I'm Tra Thirakosan. Have a wonderful day. Sawasdee ka.